If you're over 60 and keep waking up at 3 a.m. every single night, don't brush it off as just aging because your body is trying to tell you something important. That frustrating moment when your eyes snap open in the dark could be the key to understanding your health, your habits, and even your mindset. Before you assume something is wrong, take a breath, because what feels like a problem may actually be the beginning of a powerful change in your life. Waking up at 3 a.m. when you're over 60 can feel unsettling, but it's far more common than people realize, and it's rarely a sign that something is going wrong. In fact, it's often simply the body's way of communicating natural changes that occur with age. As we grow older, our internal clock gradually shifts, influencing how deeply we sleep, how long we stay asleep, and how sensitive we become to even the slightest disruptions. Hormones that once kept our sleep cycles steady begin to decline, including melatonin and growth hormone, which support deep, restorative rest. This doesn't mean your body is failing. It means it's adapting. The patterns you had in your 20s, 30s, and 40s gradually evolve, and waking up earlier, sometimes consistently around 3 a.m., is part of that transition. At this stage of life, sleep becomes lighter by nature. The body spends less time in deep sleep and more time in lighter stages, making you more prone to waking from minor sounds, temperature changes, or even shifts in your thoughts. You may not realize it, but your brain becomes more active in the early morning hours, processing emotions, memories, and experiences accumulated throughout your life. This can lead to wakefulness that feels random, but actually aligns with natural aging patterns. Emotional processing tends to peak at night, so people over 60 often find their thoughts more active once the world outside becomes silent. Even this is not a flaw. It's part of a healthy mental cycle where the brain continues doing what it has always done, sorting, healing, and recalibrating. During this stage of life, the body also becomes more sensitive to habits that previously went unnoticed. A late-night snack, a slightly stressful day, or even mild dehydration can trigger early wake-ups. Because your system runs more delicately, it communicates more clearly. When you're up at 3 a.m., your body might simply be signaling that something needs a small adjustment, whether it's your evening routine, your stress levels, your diet, or your internal rhythm. Instead of seeing this as a problem, it can be seen as guidance. Your body is not working against you. It's trying to help you fine-tune your health in subtle, meaningful ways. Many people over 60 also experience natural shifts in cortisol, the stress-regulating hormone. Cortisol levels tend to rise earlier in the morning with age, sometimes triggering wakefulness hours before dawn. While this can feel inconvenient, it's not dangerous or abnormal. It's simply a sign that your sleep-wake cycle is recalibrating. Instead of worrying, understanding this change can help reduce the stress and frustration that make returning to sleep even harder. When you view your 3 a.m. awakening as a biological rhythm, rather than a threat, you reclaim a sense of control and calm. In truth, waking up at 3 a.m. is not a signal of decline but an invitation to listen more closely to your body's needs. It's a reminder that you're re-entering a new chapter where awareness becomes a tool and not a burden. It encourages gentler habits, more mindful routines, and a deeper appreciation for how your body continues to serve you, adapt for you, and communicate with you at every age. Light, consistent movement becomes one of the most powerful ways to support deeper, more restful sleep as you grow older, especially when you find yourself waking up at 3 a.m. When the body stays too still for too long throughout the day, tension builds up silently in the muscles, circulation slows, and the mind grows restless. This combination often shows up in the early morning hours, right when the body transitions through lighter stages of sleep. Gentle daily exercise doesn't mean pushing your limits or doing anything strenuous. It simply means reminding your body that it is still active, capable, and engaged. Even a short walk, 10 minutes of stretching, or light resistance exercises can cue your system to release feel-good hormones, reduce stress, and prepare itself for a more stable sleep pattern later at night. As you age, the body naturally becomes less efficient at producing the hormones that promote deep sleep. Movement helps restore balance by encouraging the natural release of serotonin during the day, which later converts into melatonin at night. This chemical relationship is one reason even low-impact exercise can make a noticeable difference in how deeply and peacefully you sleep. When your muscles have been gently challenged, they relax more fully when you lie down. When your heart rate has risen slightly earlier in the day, it settles into a calmer rhythm at night. Light exercise becomes a message to your entire system that you are still in motion, still vibrant, and still committed to your own well-being. Movement also helps reduce the physical discomforts that often become more noticeable with age. Stiff joints, tight muscles, and slow circulation can all contribute to nighttime restlessness. The body may wake you up simply because it feels uncomfortable or needs repositioning. Gentle movement throughout the day decreases inflammation and stiffness, making it easier for your body to settle into a comfortable sleeping position and stay there longer without disruption. Even something as simple as stretching your legs before bed or doing slow ankle rotations can improve blood flow and ease the sensations that sometimes trigger early awakenings. Another powerful effect of light exercise is its influence on the mind. Many people over 60 experience increased mental activity at night, replaying memories or worrying about the future. Regular movement quiets the mind by reducing stress hormones and increasing mental clarity. When your body is active during the day, your mind feels less compelled to stay active at night. Even mindful movement, like yoga or tai chi, can create a sense of peace that carries into your sleeping hours. The gentle flow of breath and motion teaches your brain how to release tension and let go, which becomes especially helpful when waking up at 3 a.m. feels overwhelming or stressful. What makes light exercise so powerful is its accessibility. You don't need a gym, expensive equipment, or long workouts. A 15-minute morning walk, a slow-paced stroll after dinner, a few minutes of stretching before bed, or balancing exercises while holding onto a chair are more than enough to shift your sleep patterns. The consistency matters far more than the intensity. Every small movement signals vitality, reminding your body that it is still strong and deserving of good rest. And over time, these small, steady habits help regulate your sleep cycle, making those early morning wake-ups less frequent and less disruptive. By choosing gentle movement each day, you are sending your body a message of care and strength. You are supporting your muscles, calming your mind, easing your joints, and guiding your system toward healthier nighttime rhythms. You are giving yourself the gift of balance physically, mentally, and emotionally, and that balance naturally leads to deeper, more restorative sleep. A healthy, lighter evening diet becomes one of the most influential factors in improving sleep, especially when you're over 60 and finding yourself wide awake at 3 a.m. As the body ages, digestion slows down naturally and the stomach and intestines work less efficiently than they once did. This means that heavy meals, spicy foods, late-night snacks, or sugary treats can linger in your system longer than expected, creating discomfort, acid reflux, or restlessness. These sensations often surface when you're asleep, prompting the body to wake up suddenly during the early morning hours. Choosing lighter, nutrient-filled dinners can help your body settle more peacefully and reduce the internal disturbances that interrupt your sleep. When you think of food as preparation for sleep rather than just fuel, your perspective shifts. A balanced evening meal with vegetables, lean proteins, healthy fats, and whole grains supports your digestive system without overwhelming it. These foods are not only easier on your stomach but also help maintain steady blood sugar levels throughout the night. Sudden drops or spikes in blood sugar can cause the body to wake up in the middle of its rest cycle, especially around the 3 a.m. mark when natural metabolic shifts occur. Eating foods that digest slowly and steadily helps keep these fluctuations under control, creating a smoother transition through the lighter phases of sleep. Hydration also plays a major role. Many older adults unintentionally become slightly dehydrated throughout the day, which can trigger nighttime awakenings. When the body senses dehydration, it activates alertness pathways to encourage fluid intake, which can disrupt sleep. Drinking water consistently throughout the day rather than trying to catch up right before bed keeps the body in balance and reduces nighttime disturbances. Gentle, calming beverages like warm herbal tea or chamomile can further soothe the digestive system and signal the brain that it is time to wind down. In addition to meal timing, the quality of your food impacts your sleep patterns. Nutrient-rich foods that support relaxation and muscle function can make a noticeable difference. Foods containing magnesium like leafy greens, nuts, seeds, and legumes help relax the muscles and calm the nervous system. Omega-3 fatty acids found in fish, walnuts, and flaxseed help lower inflammation and support brain health, which contributes to deeper rest. When you're over 60, your body responds more noticeably to these nutrients because it relies heavily on them to maintain cellular health and regulate internal systems. Avoiding stimulants such as caffeine later in the day is another small but powerful change. Caffeine sensitivity tends to increase with age, and even a cup of tea or coffee in the afternoon can linger in your system long enough to interfere with your sleep cycle. Switching to decaffeinated options or herbal alternatives helps your nervous system stay calm as bedtime approaches, allowing your body to drift more naturally into restful sleep. Another important aspect of evening eating habits is portion size. Overeating at night forces your digestive system to work harder when it should be slowing down. This extra effort can raise your heart rate, create bloating or discomfort, and lead to nighttime wake-ups. Smaller, nutrient-dense meals reduce strain on your digestive organs and allow your body to shift more smoothly into its nighttime repair mode. When your stomach feels calm, your mind also settles more easily, reducing the chances of waking up in the stillness of early morning. Even the ritual of eating can influence sleep. When you take the time to eat slowly, chew thoroughly, and enjoy your food mindfully, your body responds with better digestion and a calmer post-meal state. Rushing through meals or eating while distracted can cause digestive disturbances that carry into the night. Giving yourself the space to slow down in the evening helps create a sense of peace that carries into your sleep cycle. A healthy, lighter evening diet is not about restriction. It's about harmony. It's about treating your body with gentleness and understanding that, at this stage of life, small decisions have powerful effects. By choosing foods that nourish rather than burden your system, you set yourself up for steadier blood sugar, more stable digestion, and deeper rest. Over time, these habits reduce the frequency of 3 a.m. awakenings and support your overall energy and well-being. A calm, steady lifestyle routine becomes one of the most effective ways to help your body reset its natural sleep rhythm, especially when waking up around 3 a.m. has become a nightly pattern. As you grow older, your internal clock becomes more sensitive, and it responds strongly to the cues you give it throughout the day. Small habits that once seemed insignificant begin to influence how easily you fall asleep, how deeply you rest, and whether you remain asleep through the early morning hours. Establishing simple, predictable routines sends a powerful message to your brain and body that it is safe to relax, slow down, and maintain a healthier rhythm. Consistency creates comfort, and comfort supports restful sleep. Going to bed at the same time each night builds a reliable structure for your internal clock. When your brain recognizes a predictable pattern, it starts releasing melatonin earlier and more naturally. But this rhythm can be disrupted easily by staying up too late, napping too long during the day, or surrounding yourself with bright lights at night. Your brain is always scanning your environment for clues about time, and when the signals are inconsistent, it becomes confused about when you should be sleeping. Creating a bedtime routine with dim lighting, quiet surroundings, and gentle activities helps reinforce the transition from wakefulness to rest. Reducing screen time in the evening is a powerful part of this routine. The blue light emitted from phones, tablets, and televisions interferes with melatonin production and keeps the brain alert long after you've put the device down. This stimulation can carry into the night, causing you to fall asleep later and wake up earlier than you want. Replacing screens with calming activities like reading, listening to soft music, or enjoying a warm cup of herbal tea signals your nervous system that it's time to unwind. A peaceful, screen-free evening environment creates a mental and physical softness that carries into your sleep. Your surroundings play a major role as well. A cool, dark, and quiet bedroom helps your body maintain its natural temperature drop, which is essential for staying asleep. As you get older, your body may struggle more with regulating temperature, so keeping the room slightly cooler can prevent overheating, which is a common trigger for waking up in the early morning hours. Using comfortable bedding, supportive pillows, and breathable fabrics further enhances your sense of security and ease. Evening rituals add a layer of predictability that calms both your mind and body. Simple habits like taking a warm bath, practicing light stretching, or writing down your thoughts can release physical tension and reduce mental clutter. When your mind feels organized and your body feels relaxed, the chances of waking up in the middle of the night decrease significantly. These routines also create emotional comfort, grounding you in familiarity and stability. Daily stress plays a major role in sleep disruptions, so incorporating calming routines throughout the day can help as well. Taking consistent breaks, spending time in nature, practicing deep breathing, or engaging in quiet hobbies can prevent stress from building up and spilling into your sleep. When your days are calmer, your nights naturally become calmer too. Stress hormones like cortisol are often responsible for those 3 a.m. wake-ups. And keeping them balanced through gentle daily habits can lead to more peaceful sleep cycles. A steady lifestyle routine also includes being mindful about daytime habits such as avoiding long naps, getting natural sunlight in the morning, and staying active. Sunlight is especially powerful because it sets your internal clock for the entire day. When your body receives clear signals in the morning, it becomes more likely to shut down smoothly at night. Short, rejuvenating naps are fine, but long daytime sleeping can confuse your nighttime rhythm and lead to early morning awakenings. Over time, these consistent habits create a rhythm your body can trust. You begin to fall asleep more easily, stay asleep longer, and feel more refreshed in the morning. The 3 a.m. wake-ups start to fade or feel less intrusive because your internal system finally understands the pattern you want it to follow. A steady routine is not about rigidity. It's about giving your body the clarity and consistency it needs to feel safe, balanced, and ready for deep rest. A positive, empowering mindset has a remarkable influence on your sleep, your health, and your overall well-being, especially when you're over 60 and dealing with those frustrating 3 a.m. awakenings. The way you think, interpret, and respond to these moments can either add stress to your nights or gently guide your body back toward peace. When you wake up in the stillness of early morning, your mind often becomes more sensitive to worry, memories, or unfinished thoughts. This is completely normal, but it can quickly spiral into frustration if you view the wake-up as a problem or a sign that something is wrong. Shifting your mindset from fear or annoyance to curiosity and calm can soften this entire experience. Instead of thinking, "Why is this happening to me?" a more empowering thought might be, "My body is adjusting, and I'm learning how to support it." This shift doesn't magically erase the wake-up, but it changes your emotional response, and that change alone can help you return to sleep more easily. A positive mindset also helps reduce the stress response that often triggers or worsens nighttime awakenings. When you feel anxious about sleep, your body produces cortisol, a hormone that makes it harder to settle back into rest. This can create a cycle where the fear of waking up becomes the very thing keeping you awake. Cultivating a mindset of acceptance breaks this cycle. When you tell yourself that waking up at 3 a.m. is a common part of aging, not a catastrophe, your nervous system relaxes. Your breath slows, your muscles release tension, and your thoughts lose their urgency. Instead of fighting wakefulness, you allow your body to glide back towards sleep on its own timeline. Building a mindset of gratitude can also transform your nights. Gratitude shifts your attention from what's wrong to what's working. When you gently focus on the things you appreciate, your health, your resilience, your relationships, your experiences, you create a mental environment that encourages calm and rest. The brain responds to gratitude by releasing calming chemicals that counter stress and promote emotional balance. Over time, this makes it easier to approach sleep with trust rather than worry. Even a simple phrase like, "I'm safe and I'm okay," can create comfort in the dark, turning wakefulness into a moment of self-kindness rather than agitation. A positive mindset also strengthens your sense of control. Many people over 60 begin to feel powerless when sleep changes arise, believing these issues are simply part of getting older. But the truth is that your mindset can shape your sleep as powerfully as your habits do. When you remind yourself that you can still influence your well-being through gentle routines, nourishing food, movement, and emotional awareness, you regain a sense of agency. Your thoughts become a tool rather than a threat. This belief in your ability to adapt and improve helps reduce nighttime stress and promotes smoother, more restful sleep. Mindset affects daytime energy as well. When you start your morning with a positive outlook, even after a night of imperfect sleep, you set yourself up for a better day. This leads to healthier choices, more movement, and calmer emotions, all of which support sleep the following night. Over time, your mindset creates a ripple effect that touches every part of your health. A positive mindset does not mean ignoring challenges or pretending everything is perfect. It means choosing to respond to those challenges with grace, patience, and self-respect. It means trusting your body's wisdom, believing in your ability to adapt, and allowing yourself to move through this chapter of life with strength and optimism. When you hold this mindset, those 3 a.m. awakenings lose their power, and you gain a deeper sense of peace both day and night. When you step back and look at everything your body, mind, and daily habits are trying to tell you, those 3 a.m. awakenings stop feeling like a burden and start becoming a message. Each gentle adjustment you make, whether it's eating lighter in the evening, moving your body with kindness, creating calming routines, or shifting your mindset toward patience and understanding, brings you closer to the deeper rest you deserve. Growing older doesn't mean losing control over your sleep or your energy. It means gaining the wisdom to care for yourself in more intentional, more compassionate ways. You are not powerless in this process. You are learning, adapting, and strengthening your relationship with your own well-being. With consistency, calm, and confidence, your nights can become more peaceful, your mornings more energized, and your life more balanced. You have everything it takes to create a healthier rhythm, one that supports you, soothes you, and reminds you that this chapter of life still holds so much strength, clarity, and possibility.